We've got some more rules changes. Now, I have turned almost 180 degrees on this. When last year happened and they had all these rules changes about time, I was pretty annoyed with it. I'm old and I'm an old school baseball fan. I like going to a ball game and I'm not in a hurry to leave when I'm there. I didn't understand the crying and whining about the length of the game. I really didn't. But I was wrong. The faster games worked. The ratings are up. The attendance is up. The excitement is up. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, but it worked. But we've got 4 new rules changes. And frankly, and I just sat down and had lunch and read through them so I could get an idea of how I felt about them and then share it with you. And frankly, I'm okay with it. 4 different rules changes. The pitch clock, 20 seconds down to 18 seconds with runners on base. I can tell you this didn't matter. I watched a couple things this morning. I read some things this morning. It's not going to affect almost anything. None of the pitchers were taking the full 20 with runners on base. Very, very rarely. It's not going to be a big deal. Also, this next one, mound visits. They went from 5 down to 4. I don't think this is a big deal. I really don't. I actually think mound visits are stupid. They've got pitch calm. Just let the coaches talk to them. Would be fine with me, but whatever. Mound visits from 5 down to 4, they are a waste of time. They are. I mean, I am old school, but I'm over watching the pitching coach walk out to the mound. It's just a waste of time. You don't need to do it. Runner's lane. I actually love this rules change. It now will include the dirt between the grass and the foul line. So we're talking about the first base line in fair territory. It's always been stupid. If you're a left-handed hitter, it's one thing, but I was a right-handed hitter as a kid. If you're a right-handed hitter and say you lay down a bunch or you hit a ground ball or whatever, something where the catcher's got to make the throw to first, your direct line from where you swung and your momentum takes you to first base is inside the field of play. So if you run in a straight line, you're actually going to be within what used to be an illegal path. Now, the illegal path for the runner includes the dirt between the grass and the foul line. It's not that much, but it makes a lot of difference. And I think this is a great rule. I don't think it's going to come up that much, but now, and frankly, I think it's a dumb rule. You're trying to get on to first base. So if you run in a straight line to get to first, that's your fastest way. If you want to go inside long, you want to come inside and attempt to block the ball, you're running towards first, but he's got to throw over you. I got no problem with that. I can make that throw, or at least I could when I was an athlete. Let athletes be athletes. I don't mind this. Now, if you're Reggie Jackson in the World Series against the Dodgers, or you put your hand up, okay, that's not okay. That would be obstruction. But let him just run. And if you're stupid enough to run at a bad path, throw it over him. I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, we were taught when I played and when I coached inside. I think this is a very, very smart rule, and I've always hated it when they called the runner out for, I guess, interference. Last but not least in the rules change, warming up. If a pitcher comes into the game and warms up on the field, we're not talking about in the bullpen, on the field, now they must pitch to at least one batter. Now, the rule is you have to go 3 batters, or I guess it's if an inning ends. So the point is you have to pitch to at least one batter or more if you warm up. And I like this rule because what they used to do is they would warm up in the game. You know, they warm up for the bullpen, they bring them in, they warm up for the game, and then the manager would make the change on the other side, and they bring in another pitcher. That's stupid. And it does waste time. And I like the strategy of it, but you can still have strategy without the time waste. So, yeah, if you warm up on the field, you now have to pitch. Rules changes again: 4 pitch clock with runners on, 20 seconds down to 18. Mound visits from 5 to 4. Runner's lane, now you can run a little bit on the inside of that little dirt path that's in fair territory. And warming up on the field means you've got to pitch to somebody. I like them all. I don't have a problem with anyone. I actually love the runner's lane one. My first instinct was to not like them because last year I didn't like any of the rules changed, but they actually make sense to me. Beltray will not be unanimous. Yamamoto, 12 years, $350 million, 4 new rules changes. None of them bug me. Let me know how you feel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Whew. Dodgers, are they the evil empire? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, review, all those things. I appreciate you watching or listening. And as I end every video, or at least I try to remember to end every video, the most important thing to remember is go Rangers. Do you want the good news or the bad news? The good news and the bad news, we're all done, but there is more for you. Please click to watch more, subscribe, like, share, all those things. I really appreciate you watching and listening. And as always, go Rangers.